Everything seen here has something in common. It's killing us and the environment around us. The problem isn't the food, it's that everything you see is covered in plastic. The problem is that plastic is man-made and it takes up to 450 years to biodegrade. This plastic waste usually ends up in our oceans, which harms marine life. Marine animals often mistake plastic products as food and consume them. 44% of all seabird species, 22% of cetaceans, all sea turtle species, and a growing list of fish species have been documented with plastic in or around their bodies. When we consume seafood, there's a high chance that we're also consuming microplastics, plastic that has been broken down into tiny pieces. The problem is that when microplastics are floating in the ocean, they absorb highly toxic chemicals which, if consumed, can lead to a wide range of chronic effects. Not only can plastic enter our systems through seafood, but also through the plastic products that come in contact with our food. How far does the plastic problem have to go before we change our ways? Conceived in the fall of 2012 at a National Geographic Young Explorers Workshop at Cornell University, Plastic Tides is a non-profit that aims to clean up our plastic-filled oceans. Their goal is to educate people about the solutions to sustainability and how everything ties into plastic. They plan many expeditions and beach cleanups to collect samples as evidence to prove how harmful plastics are. Plastic Tides specializes in stand-up paddleboarding for their expeditions, educating, and reaching out to communities to take a bigger look at the situation in front of us. The nonprofit is owned by 3 co-founders, Christian Shaw, Gordon Middleton, and Celine Jennison.
My name's Christian, I'm co-founder of Plastic Tides.
Okay, so what are we doing here today?
We're out here, Celine and I are about to paddle from Santa Cruz to Monterey to bring our coast in the US, in the Arctic, really anywhere that there's oil extraction planned with the new administration. This is a really big threat, and we want to show people that not only is this a big issue, but it also connects directly to plastic pollution.
Let's go.
So you conceived Plastic Tides at Cornell University Workshop, right?
Yeah.
So from Cornell to now, what would you say is your biggest accomplishment?
It's been a long time since then. We've done a lot of things. But I would say, the accomplishment that stands out most is the microbead campaign that we were involved in back. Is something that we took note of and really thought was just a bad thing every way around, and a lot of other groups. And so there was a lot of action together. We did an expedition, we did research, similar to this, and we had really awesome results with legislation passed at the end of 2015. Putting some solid effort into this project. We're really stoked to be working with you guys on this, and yeah, this is legit. This is rad. So.
Can you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your company?
Sure. My name is David Dennis. I'm the co-founder of Bentana Surfboards and Supplies here in Santa Cruz, California, and we aim to be the most environmentally responsible surf company in the world.
What process do you go through to make your surfboards, and in what way are they eco-friendly?
So we are the first company in the world to have all of our surfboards gold verified for EcoBoard friendliness by the sustainablesurf.org organization, the standards body that assigns an environmental rating to surfboards.
So what made you interested in ocean conservation?
Well, for us, we love to surf, we love the ocean, and as the owner of a surf company, we need to have a healthy ocean. If people can't go in the water, if the water's polluted, if there's pesticide runoff, if there's bacteria, if there's an oil spill, we can't have a business, and a community like Santa Cruz can't thrive because so much of what we do is dependent on tourists coming to the beach.
We're at Carmel Beach, and pretty sure this is tar. This black stuff is really sticky. Right, Christian?
Yeah, my feet were sticking to it.
I'm out here in the kelp forest. Over there is Pleasure Point. You can see the surfers. There's some swell coming in. Well, this is why they call it a kelp forest. Check out this kelp. So this is a typical example of what oil becomes: trash on the beaches and in the kelp forest.
How would you say plastic pollution affects us as a whole?
Well, we've got a massive problem with millions and millions of tons of plastic in the ocean, which is often consumed by marine life, which we then consume. And so essentially we're potentially consuming toxic materials simply by the fact that it's entering into the ecosystem that we feed on. Not to mention, from our perspective, the moral and ethical issues around killing sea life as a result of plastic pollution in the ocean.
The process of making plastic begins in the oil industry. Plastic is made of crude oil, which is then processed and distilled to form plastic. The way we extract oil is extremely bad for the environment. Not only does it release methane and black carbon, two potent greenhouse gases, but there's also the possibility of an oil spill. President Donald Trump has been working on plans to allow new offshore drilling on nearly all U.S. coastal waters. This would be a huge threat to the environment. If we don't stop the offshore drilling, the amount of wildlife casualties would increase, and we would be allowing toxic chemicals to pollute our environment, speeding up global warming. The solution is regenerative perennial agriculture. Using crops, we can pull in the carbon from the air and store it in the soil through photosynthesis. Unlike carbon in the air, more carbon in the soil is good for the health of our crops. Instead of producing waste, we should be trying to compost what we throw out. Adding a thin layer of compost on top of the crops helps absorb carbon into the soil. To spread awareness of plastic pollution, Plastic Tides started their own guerrilla campaign by distributing stickers to students on college campuses around the Bay Area. Students placed them on water bottles, laptops, and cars to show their support for the elimination of plastic in their lives. Plastic Tides also went out to the beaches to stencil in facts about the harm of plastic to the environment. These facts were written with chalk on sidewalks near the beaches to target high foot traffic. It's everyone's responsibility to help save our planet. So what can you do? Here are the 3 steps you can take. Awareness. Know what's going on in the environment and help educate others. Aim. Set goals to becoming more environmentally friendly. Action. Do your part to achieve those goals. Let's work together to make a difference.